What's up, agents? Jet4th here, and here is my Showstopper 2.0 build, which I did originally put this together maybe 3 or 4 days after Warlords of New York came out, but during that time, given the amount of damage enemies could do, it just didn't work very well at all, and I did not feel very comfortable releasing it into the public, really, at all. However, it is actually viable now after Title Update 8.4, because now you can peek your head out of cover for more than 2 milliseconds before you get absolutely shredded down by, I don't know, a bird on the map. Now, you do still obviously have to be a bit careful because you still can get shredded down. A lot of times what you're going to want to do with this is to take your approach from, say, the far right or far left and sneak in on the enemies. Now, you can absolutely use this as a solo player, but you will be pretty reliant upon your secondary weapon, which I am using an LMG, to take out most of the crowd, and then you can use the showstopper portion of it, the shotgun and the shield, to do your final cleanup, which works absolutely fantastic for that as well. However, in a 2-man, 3-man, or 4-man group, you can run around like an obnoxious idiot, like I am in this video, because a lot of the pressure has been taken off of you, and all the enemies aren't just specifically concentrating on you. Now, when it comes to Striker itself, I know it definitely does have some issues. However, with the ACS-12 and how close you are with it, you will get full stacks nearly immediately with that thing. You just have to be in close range. Same thing goes for the LMG, and same thing with using the gunner. And let me tell you, if you have all your bonuses proc when you use your gunner with this and you get full stacks, that thing absolutely melts. But once again, you do have to be close. I do not know what the deal is with the hit registration or why it's distance based, but hopefully one of these days we'll fix it. However, like I said, with this shotgun, it absolutely works and excels with this because you can just melt NPCs down with this thing, and I'm just a huge fan. Anyways, I am just babbling right now, so I'm just gonna go ahead and shut up. Like, comment, and subscribe, and let's just get into the build, shall we? Oh, and thank you all for all the support and 20,000 subscribers. That's just absolutely insane. Okay, I'm shutting up, I promise. Alrighty, for our specialization, we will be going with the gunner. I'm sure no surprises there. For the Riot Foam Grenade, this is definitely your best friend, and we'll be using this for the most part every single time you start an encounter, so you can rush in and, you know, run and gun. Incessant, killing enemies grants 10% armor. Coupler, every third reload is 50% faster, also fantastic. Hardened armor kits repair 100% armor and grant 30% bonus armor for 10 seconds, which is great for our chest piece Talientes. Supply line is actually really good also because you will run out of shotgun ammo really fast. Generate 10% of total ammo capacity every 60 seconds. Party members recover 5%. Barrage, rate of fire increased by 5% on kill for 5 seconds, which this is pushing us up to 20% rate of fire because of Striker. Emplacement, we're not concerned with that because we generally will be moving around. And finally, large pouch, which gives us plus 50 rounds in our magazine for our LMG. That is if you choose to use an LMG or not. That's what I went with. On the weapons, for my primary, I'm using an ACS-12 shotgun. Total damage, 356.8 thousand. RPM, 345, 20 mag size. Core attributes, shotgun damage, damage to armor, regular attribute, crit hit damage. This definitely could have rolled better, but hey, I'll take it. Talientes, optimist, weapon damage is increased by 3% for every 10% ammo missing from the magazine. Highly recommend this in all seriousness. As for my mods on here, they are just both crit hit chance, trying to bring my crit hit up to 60, which I believe I'm at 53%, 52%, 50, something like that, which is pretty good. I'd love to see 60, but hey, I'm just babbling now. As for my secondary weapon, I am using the Good Times. What you want to do is develop that muscle memory. Unload, reload, unload, reload. After all that training, that's when you have a good time. Whatever. You definitely should have gotten this throughout your season reward track if you finished it, so you definitely probably do have this. I was lucky enough to get a pretty decent roll out of it. Total damage, 113.3k, RPM 575, mag 150. Core attributes, LMG damage, damage to target out of cover, a regular attribute, accuracy. As for the talent, perfect fast hands. Critical hits add a stack of 8% reload speed bonus, max stack is 40. Just admire this footage here for a second and how fast you can actually reload. It's obnoxious and I love it. As for my mods on here, I am stacking some accuracy, but mostly crit hit chance and the bag pouch from the gunner. And finally, for my sidearm, I am using the Drunken Idiot, the backup boomstick, which I've been using in all my builds because why not? Total damage 1.3 million, RPM 230, 2 mag size, obviously. Core attribute, shotgun damage, damage to armor, regular old attribute, critical hit chance, and then perpetuation. Headshots grant plus 50% status effect damage and duration to the next status effect you apply, which we're not applying anything. I just like this weapon. I'm not gonna do the America joke again, I promise. I'm not gonna do America. Onto the armor, yeah. We will be starting with the mask, which is our first piece of striker gear. For the 2-piece bonus, you get plus 15% weapon handling, 3 pieces plus 15% rate of fire, 4 pieces. Striker's Gamble, weapon hits amplify total weapon damage by 0.5%, stacking up to 50 times. 1 stack is lost each second, 3 stacks are lost every time you miss. Once again, this is really funky how it works. You do generally have to be really close to get full stacks. If you're far away, again, it won't stack that well. Sometimes it will. I don't know, whatever. Core attributes, weapon damage, regular attribute, critical hit chance, and then as for my mod, it is some more crit hit chance. On to the chest piece, which I am using a Grupo Sombra SE, which comes with 15% critical hit damage, core attributes, weapon damage, regular attribute, critical hit damage, crit hit chance, and for my mod, it is also crit hit chance. As for the Talientes, you are going to want to use on it, Intimidate. While you have bonus armor, amplifies total weapon damage by 35% to enemies within 10 meters. I bet you're thinking I'm using Bloodsucker right now, and I'm not. Now, if you could swing it, I just could not get a roll that was quite close to this for a chest piece, but you might want to switch over to a Sheshka Viobra, if you can, SRO, for the extra 10% crit hit chance, which would push you up to 60. But all of my chest pieces that I have of that variation just rolled like crap and couldn't get it anywhere near close to what this chest piece rolled to. That's end of story. That's all I'm saying about that. On to the holster, which is our second piece of striker gear, which does blah 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 stuff and things. Core attribute, weapon damage, and regular attribute, a crit hit chance. On to the backpack, which I am using a piece of Badger Tough for the plus 10% shotgun damage. Core attributes, armor, regular attributes, explosive resistance. I would like to see something better here because let's be honest, that doesn't do a whole lot. Max rolled armor regeneration. I highly recommend almost these days on any build to have a little bit of it, just so once you have to go into cover, you start getting armor back, especially if you're not running any healing skills like we are not on here. And as for my mod slot on here, it is some more crit hit chance. I'm guessing if you're new here, you're wondering why I say Talientes instead of talent, and that's because I'm from Chicago and everybody makes fun of me for the way they say talent. Like, comment, subscribe, please. Protector. When your shield is damaged, you gain plus 5% bonus armor, and all other allies gain 15% of your armor as bonus armor for 3 seconds. Now, I was using Bloodsucker here for a while, just like, you know, all the other builds that are on the internet, but I did find that Protector does work a lot better for this build and with Intimidate than Bloodsucker does, just because even when that 3 seconds is up and you're out of cover, the second you go and rush an NPC, they are going to be shooting you. Even if you use this in PvP, I still think you're better off using this than Bloodsucker because, yeah, you know, stuff and things. That's my 2 cents on that. And that is it for the backpack. We're done. Okay. On to the gloves, which is our third piece of striker gear, allowing us to do some more stuff and things. Core attribute, weapon damage, regular attribute, a critical hit chance. And as for our final piece of armor and our final piece of striker gear, it is the knee pads, allowing us to do even more stuff and things with striker. Core attribute, weapon damage, regular attribute, weapon handling. I bet you're like scratching your head. Why didn't you just go ahead and put more crit hit chance there? Well, let me tell you, you're gonna need something to settle down that ACS-12 just a teeny tiny little bit, because without that thing, you can't do anything with it because it bounces around like, insert a really bad joke here. Your mom. I shouldn't have said that, I'm sorry. And finally, our skills. For my first skill, I am using the Reviver Hive, which is the hugest headache in the world and is reverted to the glory days when this thing was just absolutely terrible and buggy AF. Oh my God, just why? They knew all. I digress. You know what I'm going to say about this. When it works, but other than that, when people try to res you sometimes and it's half down or you just used it, they can't res you. It's really annoying. But with this build, it is somewhat necessary because you are going to go down regardless. And as for our second skill, we are going with the Crusader ballistic shield, which allows you to use shotguns with it, and that's really all we need to know. Which is weird because on my recording program, I can see the bird, but in game, I can't. What the whatever. Division. Which on this, since we're using one defensive, we get tier 1 on it, giving us 10% active regeneration, 40% shield health, and 5% holstered regeneration. Now I have other variations where I have tier 2 and even tier 3 using the technician, and really you don't see that huge of a difference in how quickly your shield can be shredded down. So I think you're pretty much fine with having at least one tier on it. That's what I think. And that is pretty much it for the build, my fellow agents. I do actually really like this. It is a lot of fun to use because, like I said, after 8.4 you can run and gun, but you do still have to be careful. If you do get caught in the middle of a bunch of NPCs, like, you are going to get shredded down, like, no joke. But it is not as bad as it once was. But I will say, as soon as they announced Striker, my first thought was like, man, I can finally get my Showstopper Striker build back, because that's pretty much what I used in Division 1 towards the end in 1.8. I believe it was a 4-piece Striker, 2-piece Predators mark is what I was using. I'd have to go and check, but I'm pretty positive that's what it was. So either way, I am very curious to know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. If you give it a shot, you throw it together real quick and go out there and whatever, try and murk some stuff down really quick. I'm curious to know what you think. But yeah, that's it, guys. Definitely thank you guys for 20,000 subscribers and all the support and everything. That's absolutely insane to me. Really mind-boggling why so many people have subscribed to this channel. But yeah, huge thank you. You guys are amazing. But either way, I am just babbling now. We are under tornado warnings and are supposed to have torrential downpours and golf ball size hail, so I just gotta shut the F up and finish this video. Like, comment, subscribe, all that other junk, and I will catch you all on the flip side. Peace!